everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jessica and this is my fiance Tim.
Hello.
So excited.
I'm super excited.
On Instagram I asked y'all what video y'all wanted to see next and overwhelmingly more people voted for this than anything else. So
thank you.
Y'all wanted to get to know y'all wanted to get to know my fiance, so here it is. If y'all do enjoy this video, please be sure to give a thumbs up, and if you want to stick around for more, hit the subscribe button down below. Okay, how long did y'all date before moving in together?
Oh. that kind of happened pretty funny. Cause
a month?
It was like a month. But she had like a crappy roommate at the time, and your roommate decided to like up and leave. And you had nowhere to go. Yeah. And I had an extra room in my house. And so we ended up just storing all your stuff in the extra room, and you just stayed with me. Which
is funny because my thing for such a long time was that I never wanted to move in with a boyfriend, because in psychology, or in my psychology class in college, I learned that you have a higher chance of having a divorce if you move in with someone before you get married.
I think that's crazy.
I think that's crazy too.
Because you don't know anyone until you live with them.
For real. And honestly, like, I really believe in like rolling with God's plan. Like, I never plan out my life like super strict. I let him kind of dictate things too, and my roommate screwed me out of the place we lived for the summer, so I moved in with him.
I don't know if you'd have lived this long if it hadn't been you moving in with me.
What?
I'm just saying.
Is your shirt on inside out? Tim, your shirt.
They would have never noticed.
This is why he needs a wife. You can't do your own. See, you wouldn't have lived this long either.
I'd have rocked it.
Are you just gonna leave it?
Yeah.
Okay. How did y'all meet?
Dancing.
We met at a country dance hall. I'm a very friendly gal, and he likes to think that I was hitting on him, and I asked him to dance. But really, I was asking like everyone to dance, so. You
don't ask someone to dance unless you're hitting on them.
No.
That's a thing, yeah.
If you're a guy, yeah. Most girls in Texas like don't ask guys to dance, but I'm just a friendly little fella. And he was with his roommate, and I was like, hey, do either of y'all want to dance? So clearly I wasn't hitting on him, but he thinks I was hitting on him.
Well, I was super cocky though at that time.
Yeah, he was really, really cocky, and I was like...
Especially about dancing, because I was really good at dancing, and I didn't think anyone in College Station could dance as well as I could. Which, I still don't think anyone in College Station could dance as well as I can. But, you were okay. And then like 2 weeks later, we were in a music video.
Yeah, we filmed a music video 2 weeks after we met. My dad asked me about that today. My dad thought we had already been dating when we filmed it, and we had known each other for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We filmed a video for Randy Rajos and Wade Bowen. How is his cancer treatment going?
Non-existent, really.
Well, you've already had a tiny bit.
So I've had surgery, so I have this battle scar, and then we... Immediately, they started doing methotrexate and putting me on chemotherapy to start to shrink my lymph nodes down. And then all of a sudden, my insurance companies stopped wanting to pay for things.
So, long story short, we're waiting for a PET scan, and we keep getting denied a PET scan because people are dumb, aka the insurance company.
They said it wasn't a medical necessity.
How is a PET scan not a medical necessity when you have cancer?
I don't know.
Ugh, I don't even want to think about it. It makes me so mad. Name 3 random facts about each other.
She's the biggest Selena fan in the world. If you play any music by Selena, not Selena Gomez, but the Selena, Jessica turns into the biggest little Mexican in the world and starts dancing like she has maracas in her hand. Jessica's probably the most OCD person you'll ever meet. If she washes her hands, she won't touch like a doorknob. She won't, even her own doorknobs. Like, she's so weird.
I think they're gross.
She will not touch the floor with her feet. She walks around with bunny slippers all day.
I sometimes
and you know what's funny? The bunny slippers are way dirty. Like, super dirty. But apparently it's like her dirt. I don't understand.
They're from Walmart and they're fantastic, okay?
I'm pretty sure Jessica is secretly British. Because when you talk to Jess, like one-on-one, for some reason, every now and again she gets a British accent. And it's pretty funny because you'll be like talking to her and she's like, "No, I don't think so, dearie." Like, what are you doing? And she swears she doesn't do it, but she does.
He's so mean. Like, we'll have a full conversation and randomly, like, a couple words will come out funny. And he'll be like, "Oh, cheerio." Like, you're so mean. Okay, for you, I guess this one's kind of us. We have a secret language that no one knows that we made up. And it kind of sounds, it's like syllables, sort of. But we understand what each other is saying.
I don't know how, though.
Yeah, I don't really know. And we don't really do it in front of many people.
We don't do it in front of anybody.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever done it in front of anybody, but we like to make weird noises, sort of, I guess. Another weird fact about Tim. So, a lot of people, when they first get to know Tim, or like people that don't know Tim very well, sometimes like just think Tim's really businessy and really like black and white, and I wouldn't say harsh, but like...
I come off as kind of rude.
Yeah, he comes off as kind of rude. Yeah, unless you really know him. And I feel like people don't really know us together unless they're one-on-one with us. Because in a group setting, like, I don't know, it's a little different. But a lot of people don't know that Tim is, like, so incredibly kind-hearted. But he does it, like, behind closed doors and, like, doesn't talk about it. Like, one time we're at Six Flags with my dad because my dad hangs out with us a lot. He's, like, our best friend. And we were getting on, like, a tram to go into the parking lot. And I turned around, and Tim was supposed to be behind me, and then my dad was going to be behind him. And Tim wasn't standing there. Do you know what I'm talking about? and Tim wasn't standing there.
I'm learning about me.
And I was like, "Dad, where did Tim go? Like, we're getting on the bus." And he's like, "Oh, there was a crying kid back there. He went to give him, like, the stuffed animal prizes we won. Like, he went to give them to this kid that was crying." And I was like, "Dad, I'm marrying that one." Do you know what I'm talking about now?
Yeah.
And you gave him the little smiley face thing?
Yeah.
That was so sweet. I was like, my heart is hurting. That was so kind.
I guess. I think anyone would do that.
I don't know about that. There's a lot of rude people in this state. The third thing that I guess people perhaps on the internet don't know, this guy has so many talents. Like an obscene amount of talents. He's good at almost everything but tennis. I mean, let me do it.
And grammar. I couldn't tell you where a comma goes.
So he's good at cooking, pool, like billiards, pool, golf, football. He's good at building computers, business, building stuff, like anything you need fixed in your house. Like if you're building a fence, if you need your plumbing fixed, if you need your credit fixed, that's one of his hobbies. He just does a lot of things, and he does them really well. I know we only said 3, but he did 4. I don't think he realized he did 4. He said 4 things. So I'm going to do one last one. He has 9 lives.
Oh, yeah.
So.
I cannot die.
Actually, we counted them once, and it was like 11 or 12. Okay, so you got stomped on a bull, your liver split, or whatever.
Yeah,
that counts as 1 life.
That's 1.
You got stabbed in the neck.
That's 2.
Or you're in the stomach. That's
2.
Oh, I guess that's 3. Yeah.
Do they both count?
Yeah, they were both bad. Then, he got hit by a semi-truck.
Yeah.
That's 4. That should count as like 3, because that was a really big one. Then, he got, when your mom didn't take you to the hospital when you needed to go to the hospital.
Like severe, like some kind of pneumonia.
My right
lung collapsed, and my left lung had a stone formation.
It was bad.
That's 5.
That's 5. He has cancer.
6.
That's 6. You get the point. Like, we could sit here and keep counting, but like,
I'm invincible.
Really? For real? I
think
don't
there's more than that.
I'm missing some. I don't remember. Why did y'all decide to move to California?
I didn't. Well, I did, but I didn't.
About that. He didn't want to come here, and I told him, we're doing distance, or you're coming.
Well, I told her distance doesn't work, but I'd never been to LA. At that time, I thought LA was flat. Like, I had no idea it was like surrounded by mountains. And that, if you think LA's flat, just put it through your head right now. You don't know anything about LA. And so many people have the wrong impression of LA. And I think that people here are terrible. Now, there are terrible people. There's terrible people everywhere. And LA is like a melting pot for opportunity. If you want to be anything, you could be it. And if you come to LA, you have that opportunity.
And every single person that's come to visit us in LA has had a bad idea of what LA was, and then they came here and they're like, I want to live here, I want to come back all the time. And I'm like, I told you it's fantastic. So many people don't know that this place is amazing. What inspires you the most about each other? Oh, that's so sweet.
I think you're so kind-hearted, you know, almost to the point that it makes me angry. Cause like she'll see like a homeless person. Let me tell you a story actually. So there was a fire last year, and well, she was watching the news right when we got back, and she saw this 90-year-old lady that her house had burned, and her dog had nowhere to go, and for about an hour, Jess moped around the house till I asked her what was wrong, and she played me. She wanted me to ask her what was wrong, and then she's like, "Well, there's this woman," and Jess can never like tell you a story like and tell you what she wants. She tries to sell it to you first. Like, there's this lady, you know, and she's so cute, and oh my gosh, and just so sad because there was this, you know, the fire, and the fire was burning, and then burned her house, and her and this poor dog. She has a dog, and I want her. I was like, what? You can't, you can't have her. No, but I can, because let me tell you why I can have her. Because she doesn't have a house, and they're looking for somewhere for her to be, and we have 2 spare rooms, and I want her. I was like, no, you can't have an old lady. Like, for another hour, Jess just sat and like half teary-eyed on the couch until I finally told her she could have a child, or have this, not a child, an old lady. She could have the old lady. Fine.
She was really cute.
So then Jess spent the next 4 hours tracking this old lady down, calling newsreels, calling the place where she thought she was.
Red Cross.
She called everybody trying to find this old lady because she wanted her, and she wanted her now. And she was happy that she found out that lady found a home. But the fact that Jess went through all that to try to like sell me on it, to figure out how to do it, to moping, because I knew she was faking that mope. She just wanted something. But like, she does things like that. She sees homeless people and she's like, Tim, I'm gonna give them $100. No, you're not. Give them $10. She doesn't think this big. She thinks this big. How can I have an old lady? How can I make this guy's life different? Can I buy him a hotel for the night? And that's inspiring. She thinks so much bigger than she is.
You're so sweet. My heart hurts. What inspires me the most about... Oh, I got a boogie. I got it.
Get it. That's not a booger. That's
It's
like
an
under
itch.
your nose.
Did I get it?
You have no boogers.
Okay. What inspires me most about Tim is his work ethic. This fool... I know a lot of people in this world. This fool works harder than anyone you've ever met in the entire planet. Like, it doesn't matter. He took a sick day the other day. And when I went to the gym, I was like, Tim took a sick day today. And he was like, oh, okay. And I was like, no, it's a big deal because I've known him for 4 years and he's never taken a sick day and, like, missed out on work. Like, he just powers through everything. Like, that old school, like, hardworking mentality that I feel like not many people in the modern day have. Like, he wakes up at 6 pretty much every single day, or maybe earlier, depending on like if he has a call. Like, he has phone calls with like Russia and China all the time, or those areas. And so if he needs to stay up till midnight to take one of those calls, he'll do that. And then he'll wake up at like 3 or 6 or whatever time he needs. And he just like works so hard. How did you know you loved him, and is he your first love? Okay, so let me just explain it the way that I was talking with my dad the other day. And if people knew what I prayed for when I lived in my college town, they would understand so much more. So like, I would go on dates all the time in College Station, the city I lived in. And every time like I'd go on a date, I always like prayed and thought, like, is this it? Because so many people and so many guys were just so one-dimensional to me. Like, they had just one thing that they were good at, and people would always tell me, you're so well-rounded. And I would think, thank you, but like, like I want someone really three-dimensional, and everyone was just kind of flat and boring to me, really boring. Every single person. And so I prayed, and I wanted someone well-rounded, and I wanted someone like really that leaped off of a page and had a lot to bring to the table, because no one that I met had much to bring to the table in my mind. God is an overachiever. This fool.
Is that a fat joke?
What? How is that a fat joke?
You said they were all flat and I wanted someone that was round.
No, that's not a fat joke.
I have cancer. How dare you?
He does this. He does this, and it's so mean. He uses cancer jokes on me, and he's like, that one time he told me that it was my fault he had cancer, and I wanted to cry so bad. That is a mean joke.
You know who taught me this?
Who?
Jillian. Thank you, Jillian.
That is so mean.
Jillian is like the queen of I got cancer. She uses the cancer card better than anybody.
Jillian, we love you so much. And you kicked cancer's ass, just so you know. We love you. Did I answer that? Oh. How did I know I loved you? So growing up, like, I just always really liked makeup, and I was always a really kind of weird...
I don't wear makeup.
No, I know you don't. I always wore makeup, though, and I was always kind of, like, quirky and weird, but I wouldn't always show people that side of me. And I always thought, like, how could someone love someone like me, like, when I have no makeup, when my hair's all crazy, when, like, I'm being my...
That's when you're beautiful. That's when you're the best.
Really? I started wearing a lot less makeup because he doesn't like the makeup.
It's not that I don't like it. I think that you're naturally beautiful.
See why I'm marrying him? See why he's so sweet. Anyway, so whenever we started like getting closer and I just wouldn't have makeup, and back then no makeup was really bad because my skin was so severe and so bad. So like I was really ashamed of like the way I looked in my body and stuff. And he just loved me so much. And he cared for me, and he didn't care about any of that. And I was like, man. And I could be myself around him too. Like, literally, unapologetically myself. Is he your first love? This was the same person that asked the question. I guess, yeah. I had one other long-term relationship, but like...
You were in high school.
I was in high school, you know. That's kind of a different thing. So yes, he's my first love. Where's your fiance from?
I'm from Colorado and Texas.
Any wedding planning regrets?
All of them.
What a great question.
I regret all of it.
Let me just put it to you this way, people. If your family is traditional and you and your fiance are not, don't have a big traditional wedding.
We're not.
Elope. Or, also, if you are the evil combination of Catholic and Mexican, such as myself...
You're not Catholic.
Well, I'm not Catholic, but I was raised Catholic, but I don't practice Catholicism. Don't do it. Elope. Go somewhere else.
You could save so much money just going somewhere. Take your best friends, fly to Bali, and it will cost you less than the wedding.
That's what we regret. We had talked about it, and like either Bali or Bora Bora, flying like our bridal party and like our parents... And that's it. It would have been cheaper, too. So, yeah. So many things and so much judgment. Like, people judge us all the time on everything, and then we live our happy, peaceful lives, being successful in Los Angeles. And then, like, bro, you didn't care about my life for the last 4 years. Why do you think your opinion matters now? Because it
That's why I don't do it anymore. Bless you for doing it. I don't do it.
What do you disagree about the most?
Probably how much we spend.
Yeah.
Because, like, not like we can't afford something or because we disagree on how much money we have or whatever. Like, it's more of, or not even like that you want the bougie thing and I want the generic. It's more like, well, maybe it is more like the bougie generic. Because, like, I'll want like a $1 bread loaf, and you'll want like this.
The organic, healthy kind.
Yeah.
Well, not like bread, but he wants to eat like the 99-cent food that has like chemicals, and I'm like, whoa. First off, you are not healthy on the inside. We need to be eating organic, or like as healthy foods as possible.
But I think it's important to say, like, because a lot of people get divorced and stuff over money.
Yeah.
We're not broke. We can afford both. I'm just cheap.
Pretty much. He's just very cheap, to the point that it's very frustrating.
So she argues with me. And then she'll let me do stupid things, like buy $20 shoes, and then tell me later I told you so.
Yeah, he bought tennis shoes from Target, and then they fell apart.
I don't know why.
I don't know either. And then they fell apart, and I was like...
And I've always worn Nikes our entire relationship. And just one time I decided, I bet these are the same thing. They weren't.
I prove him wrong all the time with stuff like that. And then it's funny because every time we go to the grocery store, we buy flowers for our house. Like, we like to have fresh flowers. He never complains about spending money on that. I'm like, your logic makes no sense. We buy fresh flowers a lot.
I like flowers.
Me too. What does your fiance do for a living?
Oh, what don't I do?
The way I explain it to people is he scales businesses.
I'm a consultant.
That's like a general term, but he takes a business from like somewhat thriving to like through the roof. And he's really good at monetization strategy, like the best ways to make money on a product or a website or an app or a game. That's a short summary.
So I work with a lot of game studios. I mean, and I consult for a lot of companies. So a lot of the things that I do is help them mitigate the issues they're having and finding new ways to monetize, finding new ways to get new users, how to market it. So I work a lot with Jess on social media and influencers. So I kind of I fill a lot of gaps. I'm basically like a for-hire chief operating officer.
But his dream job is he wants to be an investor. I know. And I
that's
can't
because
wait.
of what I'm good at, is scaling companies. So I want to invest in startups and then scale them.
We want to invest in so many things, and we talk about it all the time. Like real estate and like developing stuff and small startups and stuff like that. Like there's just so many things that we want to dive into, but
there's not enough millions in our bank account yet.
Yeah, not yet. So, do you want kids? If so, how many?
None.
None.
We're kind of selfish.
With each other.
Yeah.
And
I would rather have a nice car than a baby. And I want to like piss off my brothers and sisters. And like when they can't afford an Xbox, I'm gonna give their kid an Xbox.
No,
Why?
we're gonna give their kid a drum set. Why? Because that's the great aunt and uncle thing to do.
And we can afford it, and we don't have to listen to it. Cheers.
There's like more of an explanation, but that's basically it. Relationship advice to others.
I'm kind of weird in relationships, I think, because like I don't think a lot of people are like me. Like if Jess is mad, I do not care. Like if we got in a fight, I don't care if I was right or if she was right or who was wrong. I'll take the hit. I'll go and apologize. I'll make her. I'll sit there and annoy the shit out of her until she hugs me and
we hug it out every time.
Get it over with. 'Cause I don't want to fight. And I think if you're in a relationship and you're fighting, it's probably because you don't understand how to communicate with one another. And I think communication is the biggest thing. So me and Jess, we constantly talk to each other about what our hopes are, what our goals are, what we're going through, what's in our head. And we help each other with that.
We had a big one of those yesterday. Man.
We did?
Yeah, when I cried.
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't happen very often, but it happened yesterday.
I didn't make her cry. She just cried.
It was a lot of things, okay?
I just don't want people to think like we got in a fight and I made you cry. That's not what happened.
Yeah, that's not what happened. For me, it's something that he taught me, and that is this magical word, compromise. So many people don't understand this word, and like, I just have like a lot of people I'm around are couples that argue, or at least when I'm in Texas, like it's just people that are constantly arguing, and I'm just like, man, if only y'all compromise. Like, you know, we don't want to go to this restaurant, and we don't want to go to this restaurant that each other wants, so we pick one in the middle.
Running over movies. She'd want to watch like the Hillary Duff movie, which is
the Lizzie
terrible.
McGuire movie, which is
Whatever.
fabulous.
It's terrible, and I don't want to watch like Star Wars, which she hates.
So we'd meet in the
So
middle,
we'd meet
like
in the middle.
Bruce Almighty or something.
Yeah.
Last but not least, what is your most favorite memory together? That's kind of hard.
Yeah, that's really hard. I don't think we made it yet. I think it'll be in about a week.
We're getting married!
Yeah.
How did I forget that? I was just talking about it earlier.
stay tuned.
If you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know if you want my fiance to be in some more videos like this one. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all guys next time. Bye!
Peace.